What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Eric's House. This is Eric, and today we're talking The Working Man, another David Ayer, Jason Statham collaboration. The last time this happened, we got The Beekeeper. I thought that movie was horrible, so stupid, so ridiculous, but I went to check this one out. I like Jason Statham. David Ayer, not so sure about. I liked Fury. That was pretty much it. There's a few I haven't seen yet, but David Ayer makes a lot of bad movies. But this one had Sylvester Stallone as a co-writer. Okay, Sylvester Stallone's done some amazing things, obviously, so as an actor and as a screenwriter. So, okay, let's see what we got here. This movie is absolutely stupid and bad. It's a terrible, terrible script, I'm going to say right off the top. That said, did I get some entertainment value out of it? Yeah, I would say I did. A lot of that is because Jason Statham is a great action star. He kicks ass. And in this movie, he gets to kick a lot of ass. In this movie, he is going after a girl that was kidnapped, and he's trying to get her back, and he's trying to kind of get into the organization. She was taken by the Russian mafia and put into a sex trafficking ring. Yes, we've seen this movie before. It's basically Taken, except in this case, he kind of infiltrates the Russian mafia, pretends that he's on drugs, and he's going to do some drug deals and things like that to try to figure out who's behind this. And he has to go really deep. I would say he has to go even deeper into the organization to try to figure out where this girl is. And I enjoyed that aspect of the movie. I enjoyed just watching Jason Statham do his thing, get in fights. I enjoyed the action scenes. The music is pretty good. The editing is pretty good. I mean, just from like a bird's eye view, just from like a far away view and just seeing a few seconds on screen, it doesn't look like a bad movie. But when you get down to the actual script and what actually happens, there's nothing original in this movie whatsoever, the freak ever. And the script I would describe as insanely basic, like an absolute template on how to do this type of a movie. An action movie where you got the retired badass who's got a special set of skills, and he is brought back into the life to go rescue someone, normally a girl, a young girl, who's been kidnapped. And now he's got to go kick some ass to get her back. We've seen this movie 100 times. But in this one, we have the most standard template. Like from the very beginning, Jason Statham's character is working at a construction yard, and they really push it. It's a normal working man. And it gives a little speech right beforehand. They all get together, put their hands in like they're a football team getting ready to go to the big game. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, boom. And they go out to do their construction work. And we're introduced to Michael Pena, the boss, and it's his daughter that ends up being kidnapped. And then when Michael Pena asks Jason Statham to help find his daughter, he's like, dude, I can see a Green Beret a mile away. He knew he was a Green Beret, specifically, not Navy SEALs, but Green Beret. He knew he was Green Beret, and he said he could see that a mile away, and the cops won't do anything about it, so the cops are not going to be involved in this whatsoever. They'll just take down the report and not do anything about it. So I need you, and he has him a big stack of cash. Of course, Jason Statham. I'm not going to go through the whole movie. This is just the setup. Jason Statham, I'm done with that life. 2 seconds later, I'll do it. This is the template now. But the way he asked him, even, it's like, I know you catch bad guys. Need you to catch the bad guys. Who would say that? It was so ridiculous. But anyway, Jason Statham goes to catch the bad guys, and while he's finding them and interrogating them, I said this in my short, like, the way that they all talk and the way this whole entire script is just so, and when I say basic, I mean just, fuck you, in their most basic sense. No one says anything profound whatsoever in this movie. If you're interrogating someone, say, tell me where she is. The response, F you. You better tell me. Shut the F up. Shut the F up and F you and the F bombs all throughout. I won't lace this review with it, but you can go see my short. I straight up was right out of the theater and just went straight full F bombs in that review just to try to describe how it was. This movie might break the record for F-bombs, and I don't mind. I cuss myself, but it was just like they couldn't come up with anything deeper than that, except just throwing out F-bombs everywhere, and in its most basic sense. Like they were writing a script, trying to figure out what should they say right here. I got an idea. F you. Like that. How many times I heard that in this movie? I got one. Shut the F up. How about this? You effing bitch, if it's a girl, right? They're talking to. I mean, like the most basic standard way of cussing is sprinkled throughout the movie. That aside, the movie's absolutely ridiculous and stupid. There's a dirty cop who just keeps on happening to show. There's one cop car in the whole movie that shows up from time to time with this woman who is a police officer who's dirty. She's getting paid by the Russian mafia, so she'll pull up. They'll do, she'll turn back in the girl to them or do something to help the Russian mafia, and then they'll hand her a big stack of cash right when she's on duty in full uniform. She'll put it in her pocket and drive off. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Just to make sure we see that she's getting paid off, like we didn't figure that out. And then they had to have Jason Statham say, so you're on the payroll too, huh? So like, it's just, everything's in your face in this movie and everything's just dumb. Nothing works like it does in the real world whatsoever in this movie. It's absolutely ridiculous, base level, how to do this kind of movie. Like, feels like the script was written by AI. There is some good action shots. There is some good action sequences and fights and whatnot. Look like some decent editing and everything like that. I enjoyed that. But the script itself is just so bad. I mean, talk about a first draft. It is literally like a first draft basic template of this type of movie without going in for a second draft. Or let's sprinkle in some things to make this original. Let's do a few things to make this a little more deep, a little more of a better script instead of just the basic fuck you. Yeah, we'll throw that in there now, but then we're going to change that later. No, they didn't change that. Everything is just base level template, retired badass, goes back into the life to get back the kidnapped girl and bring her home. That's this movie. It's a much worse version of Taken, Man on Fire, even Beekeeper. It's the same movie, Beekeeper, except this time he's not a beekeeper. He works in construction. It's the same movie. I mean, except I found this one better. I found Beekeeper even more out there, to be honest. As stupid as this movie is, I found Beekeeper even stupider, and the action didn't quite grab me in Beekeeper like it did in this movie. So I like this movie more than Beekeeper. I got some entertainment value out of this movie. I enjoyed Jason Statham a lot in this movie. Beekeeper was cool going after the scammers, and, we can all relate to that. But in this movie, the kidnapped girl, trying to get her back. Michael Pena does a really good job as the grieving father, who wants his daughter back. He does a pretty good job in that role. So, there's enough here to, make me root for Jason Statham. I guess this would be the definition of dumb fun. Because I will say this, I forgot to say earlier, there's not a crap ton of comedy here, which is a refreshing in 2025. There's not a joke every 3 seconds. There's not very many jokes at all. There may be a couple of little moments of humor, but they don't try to make this a comedy. And I do appreciate that. And it has to be noted in 2025 because every movie's pretty much a comedy nowadays. There's an actor who plays a Russian guy. He's speaking Russian in the movie. I can tell you right now, he's not Russian. I don't speak Russian, but I can tell that's some broken Russian. There's a couple of cool interrogation moments. There's some cool ways that Jason Statham kills these guys and takes them out. Like I said, the action in this movie is pretty cool. It's definitely a movie you could watch at the theaters, have a decent time, I think. Am I ever going to watch it again? I don't think so, because there's so many other options that are just like this. And it gets annoying, and you're getting tired of that. Fuck you, fuck, all the whole movie. Like, even someone who cusses like me, like, I don't need to hear F every sentence, because it's like there's nothing intelligent being said. It just feels like a script that was written by a 7-year-old. It really does. Like, that's the best they can come up with. How many times F you is said in this movie? I lost count. There was a movie earlier this year, I don't even remember what it was, that had that same problem. I was like, they would just, F you, F you, F you. Like, is that the best we can do these days? What's going on? And I try to think of older movies. I'm like, they don't do that. I mean, I'm not saying a movie never says F you. I thought of one scene in Scarface. That made total sense when he killed the cop, the dirty cop. If you remember that scene where Scarface first killed his boss and then he was going to kill the dirty cop, he shot him in the stomach. And it was the last second. The cop was talking. The cop was trying to save himself. Then he got shot. There was some back and forth. And then right at the end, I don't remember what Scarface said or what Tony Montana said. Like, have a good life. He was about to kill him. And then the last words, he knew he had a freaking second to live. Fuck you! Bam! And he gets shot.
So long, man. Have a good trip.
Fuck you!
That was all right. That was the only time in the movie Okay, but when you say it 8 million times and that's all anybody can think of to say, then that's a problem. But all in all, I'm not going to go on and on. This movie is so dumb, basic, ridiculous. Scenes I could go on. I'm not going to spoil everything, but so many moments. There's nothing to spoil. You don't know what happens in this movie? You can't figure out what happens? Do you think Jason Statham rescues the girl and brings her back home? There's nothing to spoil. There's nothing to spoil here. Okay, if you're halfway intelligent, you know what's going to happen. But how it happens is dumb, ridiculous, with some entertainment value. And at the end of the day, see it if you're bored. If you are extremely bored, it'll give you entertainment for 2 hours. I do believe that. But you probably won't need to watch it again because there's other options with the exact same storyline. But Jason Statham is fun. The action is cool. But the movie is absolutely stupid and ridiculous in every way. And that's all I can tell you guys. Have a wonderful day. Let me know your thoughts down below. Talk to you next time.